Hey everybody, decided to start a new video log. It's basically a devotional that I normally just write it, and I write these devotionals and I give them out to friends and other men, but I wanted to do this way this time just to see how it was going to work. And I've got these because I can't see. So I'm just going to go through this. I mean, basically this is a garage devotional. It's mainly for men that maybe have a hard time receiving in a church setting. Maybe receiving like this is a little easier. I don't know. But I'm going to give it a shot here, and just let me know what you think. Normally I share these things on a Facebook page that I created called Fierce Men, and it basically touches on what men need, what's lacking in the church today for men. Men are not really represented there because statistically 70% of churchgoers are women, and they're going to tailor what's provided in a church setting more toward our spouses or our girlfriends or our sisters or whoever. And we're sort of left to sit there and wonder when someone's going to speak to us. So I'm hoping that this speaks to you. And if it does, comment below and we'll go from there. So basically I wrote this devotional about worth. And I started off with a scripture in Luke. So it's gonna be Luke 12. So let me turn there now. Luke 12. Luke 12, verses 6 and following. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 cents, and yet not one of them is forgotten before God? Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not fear. You are more valuable than sparrows. And I say to you, everyone who confesses me before men, and the Son of Man shall confess him also before the angels of God. And basically what I'm trying to talk about here is worth and who God says you are versus who you might think you are. So I'm going to read this, and I'll throw some things in along the way if I think of them. Have you thought that you aren't worth much? Has someone in your circle always found fault with what you say and do? Do you find yourself apologizing all the time, even for things out of your control? Has all of this made you think that you were a mistake? I know I used to think this way, no question. I mean, I was so beat down emotionally that I thought everything was my fault, no matter what it was. Dishwasher could break and it would be my fault. It was a crazy thing, but it was true. That's how I felt about myself. But maybe it's not that extreme. Maybe your parents nurtured you and your coaches praised you and your wife encourages you. But you feel like a failure because you didn't achieve what you want or what you wanted as an adult. Maybe your family pushed you towards some lofty goal like being a doctor or a lawyer. But all you wanted to do was be a chef or something like that. Could have been anything. Maybe you achieved that goal, but you just feel empty inside. Or worse, maybe you stood your ground and became that chef, and became that mechanic or whatever, and The only thing you see in the faces of your loved ones is disappointment and shame. You are not a mistake. You're not. Why would God create you the way you are if it was a mistake? Men, you were created by the same God who spoke the universe into existence. Now, he knows what he's doing. Your worth to God and others around you has nothing to do with your feelings at all. Your feelings are your ally, but they can also be your enemy. They can get you out of tough situations, but they can lie and make you feel and believe things that you're not. If you believe in your head and your heart that you're worthless or wrong, then you will feel that way about yourself. See, it's really about belief. It's about your head belief and really, more importantly, about your heart belief. See, your mind is the battleground. This is where good and evil are fighting to win. You see, if you are convinced about something in your mind, it will soon travel to your heart. If it takes hold there, you will start to function in that regard. You'll start to function like a loser if you believe in your heart that you're a loser. You could be a successful man with money and fame and all the trappings that comes with, and not have a good idea who you are. Not realize that you are successful. And you will be miserable. You will continue to strive, and you'll never have peace. Your problem is that you are believing lies about yourself. You have been convinced that the lie is the truth, and now that lie is controlling your life. We see this all the time in movies. There's always some character that has some warped sense of reality, and then they end up, through their actions, destroying people around him. It's like Thanos in those Marvel movies. And if you don't know what I mean, then you need to get out from under that rock that you've been living and go rent Infinity Wars. You won't be disappointed. And by the way, you're welcome. So what do we do? What do we do about this? We've got these lies in our head, and so how do we handle it? First off, we have to identify the lie we are believing. Maybe you think God doesn't know or care about you. Well, look at the scripture at the top of this blog. If that was the case, then why would he say otherwise in his word? Why would he say it? Maybe you think God is far from you and not involved in your life. Replace this lie with be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's in Deuteronomy 31. Yes, Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. There we go. Maybe you think you can't accomplish anything worthwhile. Replace this lie with, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. That's Philippians 4:13. Now it's time to make a choice to believe God's truth over those lies. And that choice is yours. And it's not one choice you make. You don't make that one choice in this moment and then poof, it's it's just good forever. Sometimes you have to make that choice all the time. You have to make it every day. Sometimes every minute. I don't know what you're going through. So your faith and your belief is a string of choices from the beginning to maybe you'll get to a point where you don't have to make that choice in that moment, and you'll just know it, and it'll take root in here, and that's what we're looking for. So I hope this blessed you. I hope this helped you, and I'm gonna hopefully do more of these, so let me know if you like them or not. Okay, great.